1, 2, is this on?
God fast, this more than a podcast. This 5-star business, baby, we at the top class. Going strong every week, these suckers very weak. Undertaker tombstone, now prepare to meet. You know what it is, tune in to hear the best news. The 5-star podcast featuring SQ. Ask around, baby, we the hottest show in town. Like Jock and no sister, going down.
Yo, he ain't lying about that. It's going down. Back at it again with another one. What's up? It's your girl, Sylvia Darlene.
And it's your girl, Lele.
Hey, we here with the 5-star podcast, back with another reaction video, like we always do. What's up, Lay?
Nothing. I'm ready to see because I've been holding off on watching this trailer because I had to watch it with my tag team partner.
Okay. Now, I've been seeing a lot of clips of this trailer. And I'm like, you know what? I can't watch it. I gotta wait for my tag team partner so we can go ahead and really just get that effect. And yeah, I'm super excited. So today we're doing a reaction to The Queen of the Rings, which will be in theaters this upcoming Friday, which is March 7th. And yeah, so just a little bit of insight about Queen of the Rings. It's pretty much about a woman by the name of Mildred Burke, and she was a champion professional wrestler, of course, and she was pretty much a pioneer for the women's division to try to inspire to have an all-girl wrestling, which was banned at the time in most states, America. So yeah, I'm excited because I know when it comes to the history of women's wrestling, it's not always been a fair situation.
No.
But tell me, from a little bit of history of knowing about Queen of the Rings, Lay, what are your expectations, or what are you expecting that this movie is going to give?
I think the movie is going to be good from the little, because I haven't seen clips. I've seen photographs.
Yeah.
And the photographs, the cinematography looks phenomenal because, I look at stuff like that.
Okay.
That looks good. I'm curious to see Toni Storm because she's supposed to be in the movie. And I just think that that's cool that her persona in AEW is like an old Hollywood actress, and her film is going to be during that era. So I like that. I'm just looking forward to see what all they're going to touch on.
It's funny because I saw a little bit of the clip and I saw that Toni Storm is in it, and they stated it was a whole bunch of other female wrestlers, like superstars from WWE and AEW, that will be making some appearances in the movie. So I am really excited about that. And the story itself, from what I've read in the overview on, of course, Google, and just based off of the clips, I know for a fact this is going to open a lot of doors for young female wrestlers that want to be a wrestler, and then also the women that's in the wrestling division right now as we speak. Granted, they are making history right now, but this is definitely going to tie in further back on why, it feels like the women's division in wrestling has always not been fair as when it comes to the men's division.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm excited to see about this. Let's see.
Let's learn about Mildred. Let's see.
Yeah, let's learn about Mildred and see how she was standing on business. Okay.
All right,
we're gonna go ahead and get started to play the trailer. So yeah, let me go ahead and get that set up. All right, here we go.
Oh, honey.
I had a bad dream.
Only dreams that we make come true are real. We're gonna wish away all those bad thoughts.
1, 2, 3.
I promise you, my son, our lives together will be special.
Where's your little boy's father, anyway?
Mr. I ain't gonna marry no circus freak.
He done let me over this.
Billy Wolf! I'm really curious to see what you can do with her.
You barely know him. He's the only man that's ever believed in my dream.
We got a job to do tonight. You go out there, you wrestle your heart out.
Women can headline a arenas. I know that we can.
I want to talk to you about putting 2 of my girls on your card.
My main event is heavyweights and then me.
Why would anyone want to limit the spectacle of competition based on gender?
Looks like we're cleaning up every night of the week now. It's got me thinking, Billy.
I want us secure as equal partners.
Then do what's right for business.
Honor the deal or we shoot.
You will do what I say, or you will find yourself cleaning toilets in some arena after my show comes through.
Ma, all the tickets you two ever sold had your name on them, not his.
Mr. McMahon,
How can I get a guarantee that my ladies can wrestle in the state of New York?
let's show him how we do it in the South.
Come on, Mom, get up. Remember. 1, 2.
I'm actually the highest paid female athlete
In Washington.
in history.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's the difference
got
between
to
a
watch
service
that.
animal and an emotional?
Yeah. When I say this by far is going to, oh my gosh.
Yes. So we let's start by who we noticed. Now we said Tony Storm.
Yes.
I noticed Sami Zayn. Was that almost in like walking through
That did look like Omos a little bit.
Omos? Yeah. Or,
Yeah, I be getting his name messed up too. That did look like him. Okay. Now, just rumor wise, I heard that Naomi is in it. Yes. Yes.
well, she was there in that bedazzled neck brace.
And we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, Tony Storm was definitely the highlight of this trailer because she had so many clips in this trailer for sure. And what gave me is that they highlighted her the most because this is actually her character. And she fits the aesthetics of like, you know, the look.
And I was noticing one of Mildred's ring attire outfits looked like something I've seen Tony Storm wear with the one piece rouge type bathing suit with the robe. It looks like something I've seen her in. So from what I see from the trailer, it makes me think about, because you know I'm from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And we have the wrestling school here that Fabulous Moolah.
Yes.
Yes. Fabulous Moolah's. What? Are you sure it was her? We can edit this part out. But I think it was Fabulous Moolah. Yeah, it was. Her school in Columbia. And I remember learning about her, and you know that past is kind of shaky.
Yeah.
But just hearing some of the things that the women had to go through at that school and how they were being propositioned and they were getting cheated out of their money. They were saying, okay, if you wrestle this night, you'll get paid this much. And they sometimes they didn't even get paid. And then another part, when she was leaving her son, it made me think about Sensational Sherry and her dark side of the ring, when she talked about how she had to leave her son, go on the road, and how he was saying he wasn't upset. He had some of the fondest memories during the summer, going on the road with her, meeting different wrestlers, coming back to school with different action figures and things like that. So it's crazy how these different women in different parts of history tie in to this movie, it just shows that what Mildred did came full circle. That's dope.
It does. What I took from the trailer too as well. One, of course, I'm a fashion girl. I love the fashion.
Yes.
I love the beauty. Oh my gosh. This is definitely the diversity, because they had different shades of women in the trailer, all ethnicities. So that's going to be fun to watch, considering, it's going to be a change for sure, because I know this is what the women's division and all brands have been fighting for: more time, more respect. And with Mildred paving the way for the women's division in wrestling as it is, we're going to be able to see exactly what she was taking a chance on and standing for.
Yeah. For so many years, they called the women's division, women's matches, the bathroom breaks. And we have been proven the last few years that women can be a draw and are a huge draw.
Yes.
And it started with Mildred, clearly, because I don't know if you caught the part where her son was saying, because I'm assuming her and that guy is going through a divorce and it is nasty.
Right.
But her son was like, all of the tickets that you sold had your name on it. So she was the draw.
Mm-hmm. So. And I know that intimidates men, because again, with wrestling, I feel like sometimes every industry is a male dominated industry. It's a boys club. And with this situation, it's going to dive deep into how women had to work extra harder, whether the race was, whether how their appearance was in the wrestling world. I know for a fact this is going to prove that they had to work even more harder than the men. Because in a recent take, I know, let's talk about the Divas era, because that's me and your era. Look at their times in the matches in the ring. They discuss how much they never had enough time and never got to show off their skill set. So that's why in history, the Divas era doesn't really get as much respect as the Revolution era, because of the simple fact is the matches were cut short each time. And with Total Divas, it showed that point every single time.
Yeah. And I don't think that's a fair shake to the Divas era, because they set the foundation.
Exactly. They definitely did. They definitely set the foundation. But I remember recently watching an interview with Nikki Bella and her stating how she hated I'm not going to say she hated how she won the Divas title, but she didn't like the way it went, because she wanted to kind of earn the title. And it was against AJ Lee. And when she went against AJ Lee, they pretty much had to do a reenact of her sister Brie kissing AJ Lee and then doing one hit. And then next thing you know, you pin her, and that was probably like less than 5 minutes of a match. So I just feel like the Revolution changed when the title changed and upgraded. And then now we get to see like a little bit more history with the women by this movie, for Mildred setting the tone of how I could make my own brand. I could stand on my own 2 feet and make this woman division and make this woman history in wrestling better than these men. I could live up to you guys' expectation. And she's probably going to prove that in this movie.
Now, one other thing I noticed, they kept doing the clips where it would be Mildred and an African-American wrestler. And I wonder if that's Sweet Georgia Brown. I'm curious. What else I noticed? One thing I will say I'm curious about is that canvas, because you saw how Liv was bruised up after the Elimination Chamber. I can only imagine what it was like at a fair on the fairgrounds in the middle of summer, fighting on some hard because I know that canvas was hard.
That canvas was so hard.
That just shows you how much grit those women had to take a bump like that.
And then doing it with so much style and grace and effortless like that. It's just crazy. Like she was up there bench pressing on a fairground, a barn. And I'm just like, dog. Man. Compared to now, we got gyms. We got gyms. We got a full blown ring that we could utilize, but they probably didn't have that then.
And even those women were really toned.
Beautiful.
They gave me like that Jade, Naomi, Bianca, Jordan Grace, that type of tone.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure at that time that was taboo, because they expected, especially then, they expected for women to be soft and delicate and dainty, demure.
Very demure. Exactly. It's just a whirlwind, but I really can't wait to see the movie. I'm excited. I'm very inspired by this trailer for sure.
Yes, I can't wait. I'm ready to get my ticket.
I'm ready to get my ticket too. I definitely will be taking some notes. And
because we are going to come back and we're going to review the whole film for you guys. So you have to come back for that.
Yes. I didn't get to ask you later. Who do you, besides us, rumor it that Naomi will be like featured, who are you excited to see in the film?
I know this may sound random, but I heard Jim Cornette was gonna be in it, and I love Jim Cornette because him and Vince Russo's beef.
Yes,
is legendary, and it gives me life. And he's just animated anyway.
Yes.
Like when you listen to his podcast or see him on like a wrestling documentary, he is very animated, very in your face, very blunt. So I'm curious to see him playing a role because he actually laid a lot of foundation when it came to wrestling alongside Vince and the other men in different territories during that era.
Yes.
He's been in wrestling since he was a child. So I know this film has to be near to his heart to be a part of it, with him being a wrestling historian.
Yeah.
So that's who I am. That's who I want to see.
I'm excited for the character of Vince McMahon. I'm
well,
excited
this
to see
Vince though, right? This senior.
This senior that they're going to be having. This is senior, but I'm excited to like see like who's going to play senior Vince. And I'm excited about the cameos. Besides the rumors and besides seeing Tony Storm in the trailer, I'm wondering who else has really like played a part and inputted themselves as associated with this film. It got to be more than what we're seeing in this trailer.
Now, I need Shane to be Daddy Vince. I need Shane to be his pawpaw. I feel like Shane can act, because somebody made a tweet one time and they were like, wrestlers are just athletic theater kids.
Yes.
And they really are. So I can see it's not that difficult when you watch like John Cena, The Rock, Batista, now Tony Storm make that transition into acting, because when you're cutting promos on the fly,
yes,
I'm pretty sure acting, memorizing scripts, giving it energy should be a piece of cake.
And that, speaking of promos, you said that. I wonder if like that's going to be infiltrated in this movie about how to cut a promo, like how they get trained to cut a promo, or is this strictly for like wrestling? Is this strictly for like, the in-skill ring? That I'm excited to see the piece of the puzzle of that.
So I've never heard about women in that era cutting promos, but that is interesting, especially in a time where you're supposed to be seen and not heard, and you're supposed to go out there and cut a whole gritty promo in front of a bunch of inebriated men. I am curious to see how those promos work. Especially since they didn't have a lot of film. They didn't film the wrestling and take it in, log it like how we do now with Netflix and Peacock. We can go and watch matches back in 95, even before that.
94. I think the latest match that I've ever saw was probably 92. I think when the lady ran into the ring. That was like probably the last match.
And that's another thing I was talking about on Peaches and Power Bombs last night. We were talking about how kayfabe has been through the years, because my grandmother, she was a woman that loved wrestling. My grandfather, and they would talk about how they went to promotions and this and that, and wrestlers would actually get stabbed because the fans actually believed their character, actually believed that they was a heel, actually believed that they meant in their heart what they were saying. So I think that adds another level to being a wrestler in that time period, because that's crazy, but that's also a testament to how good you had to actually be for someone to bring a knife from their home to the event to attack you because of a promo you cut.
Okay, that's how you know, like you said, acting, Emmys. You know what I'm saying? WWE definitely need to be.
Paul Heyman was on to something when he said that.
Yeah, he was on to something for sure with that, and I agree, because there's been promos this last year from women that I feel like deserves Emmy.
Oh yeah, Rhea interview, I will go ahead on and stamp that. I love, and that's one thing
I watched it like 3 times.
love about Triple H now. It's not just wrestling in the confines of the show. Like, it's not just on SmackDown, it's not just on Raw. You're getting promos and content through the interviews that they post later, through the things that they post on social media. Like Becky Lynch had posted when she was watching Raw, she was like, I just caught up on Raw, and I feel as though I'm not the one that should be getting my man at, taking a jab at AJ Lee.
And people took it serious when she was just joking.
Yes, but again, that is a testament. To how good the product is, because if the product wasn't good and it wasn't believable, that whole thing wouldn't happen.
Exactly. Yeah, she ate with that one.
She did. She did.
Gotta give her that.
I was like, no, not who need to get their mans.
Exactly. And I also feel like this movie coming out in the month of March, when it's Women's Month,
I
think that's a beautiful stamp to the situation, especially for the women's world of wrestling. That's one thing I am about my women, and I love women empowerment. And I think this movie is going to be a testament of that. So that's one of the biggest things I like, that the fact that it dropped this month around this time frame, and the meaning behind this month too.
Yeah. They know what they were doing.
Yes, they knew what they were doing. I just wonder who is in production with it, as far as like producing the matches. I can't wait to kind of. I can't wait to dig deep to figure out who produced certain matches, who is behind like the directing of the matches, and what cameos that we're going to get in this movie. Besides Toni Storm, of course, we see in the trailer. I'm just excited to see more. And that trailer gave a good enough, but I know once we see the movie, it's going to have more to uncook for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I'm so excited. This was a really good trailer. And again, Queen of the Rings, it will release this Friday, March 7th. Make sure you get your tickets. And yes, I am Sylvia Darlene.
And I am Lele.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the reaction video to Queen of the Rings. We are out.
Peace.
1, 2, is this on?
God fast, this more than a podcast. This 5-star business, baby, we at the top class. Going strong every week, these suckers very weak. Undertaker tombstone, now prepare to meet. You know what it is, tune in to hear the best news. The 5-star podcast featuring SQ. Ask around, baby, we the hottest show in town. Like Jock and No Sis, going down.